Welcome to another episode of the Online Prosperity Experience podcast. You're about to hear your host, Prosper Taravinga's powerful digital marketing strategies and actionable tactics that you can use right now. Prosper has helped more than 50,000 people from over 10 countries to create meaningful businesses that are profitable and enjoyable. Listen to this podcast so that you too can build your own business with less stress and overwhelm. Let's get started.
5 valuable lessons that I learned while growing my company and helping others to go from 200K to 2 million within 2 years. And this is not a far-fetched dream or conspiracy theory. It is something that is actually happening. So by the time you finish listening to this podcast, you will know how to set up your business for success as painlessly as possible, because I viscerally want that you have a business that's profitable and enjoyable. Now, I know the goal of every consultant, coach, or entrepreneur out there is to get more clients and get more customers while they're generating more revenue and growing their business online. And I assume that this is the goal that you want to achieve for your business. And that's probably why you're listening to our content, downloading our podcast, and reading our books. But how can you actually achieve that goals? What is it that you should do in order for you to scale and grow your online business? I know one thing for sure. What you need above all else is obviously actionable digital marketing strategies that will actually work and they're proven to get results. So if you haven't downloaded our proven 10-step system that will help you flood your service business with qualified leads in the next 90 days, be sure to download a free copy of the 90-day blueprint that came with this podcast. Okay. You also need to get good and detail-oriented, action plans that you will follow, which have the right steps that if you can get at least 2 or 3 of those things will get you from point A, where you are right now, to point B, where you absolutely want to be. You absolutely need a powerful system if you're going to be cracking the $2 million valuation, at least if that's what your goal is. And you know what? The Online Prosperity Blueprint and Online Prosperity Experience, which happens to be this podcast, is designed to do just that. It's highly practical and a proven marketing strategy that is actually designed to give you an unfair advantage over the competition that you might have. I guarantee you will be getting quality leads and you'll be generating more revenue, and you can travel the world if that's your thing and if things have been opened up now. But in short, the aim of the Online Prosperity Blueprint and consultation that comes with it is to take your online business to the next level. Now, I don't know if you were well acquainted. My name is Prosper Taravinga, and I want to congratulate you, first of all, for looking into this and listening to our stuff. And I'm basically going to be holding your hand and showing you exactly what you need to know, if you want to be scaling your business and growing your business to be highly profitable and widely successful. Now, you might be looking at this and rolling your eyes and everything else and still thinking in your head that getting clients is hard. I want you to think again, because you can literally go from $200,000 in valuation to $2 million within 2 years. And you'll be using a widely controversial system that we're using that breaks every rule in the marketing playbook. Let me tell you something. Whoever you're listening to right now you don't need to sacrifice your income to do what you love. You can have both. Let me walk you through our simple step-by-step plan and show you exactly how easy it can be. And after this, be sure to book a consultation with us so that you too can do and have a business that's profitable and enjoyable. Like I said earlier on, you probably watching our content, listening to our videos for the same reasons that we actually created. And that's because of a powerful, innate desire to actually turn your vision into reality, and so you can experience greater freedom in life. And because you really want to figure out how the heck you can make this whole online business thing more successful. And with love and respect, I refer to success here, meaning your own definition and your own parameters and your own measures of the word. Now, in my 10 to 15 plus years as an entrepreneur, the online prosperity blueprint is the most powerful amplifier for success, freedom, and abundance. I came from Africa where I had nothing and no hopes and no prospects, but now I'm living pretty. I have more success, more freedom, and abundance for myself and my family and those that are around me that I absolutely want to achieve all this I'm achieving for. So, as I was saying, the online prosperity blueprint is the most powerful amplifier of success, freedom, abundance, and impact that I've ever seen. And I'm proof and positive that this has worked in my life. I've managed to travel around Australia. I've managed to buy, purchase, and be amongst the property cycles in Australia and the ladder as an investor or as somebody who's helping perpetuate the economy of Australia. The online prosperity blueprint has reliably also not only grown my business, but so many businesses that have learned and implemented it, and I've actually lost count. And because of that, I deeply believe that when I share these points and information with more entrepreneurs like yourself, either through this podcast or writing my books, it will actually satisfy that innate desire that I have, and will also help to satisfy yours. Because if you make a serious commitment to making the concepts that I share with you in my content work for you, I can guarantee you will have a business that's profitable and enjoyable. And while businesses have been growing by activating the online prosperity blueprint for a long time, it was not until, say, 2018, 2019 that I actually started to understand and fully articulate exactly what was happening. As my understanding, of this business strategy and phenomenon grew, I became better at guiding others, and I was able to unleash the online prosperity blueprint in their businesses as well. Now, the blueprint itself got its name because of its impact on the business, which is similar to that of, the explosion of the most powerful sources known to mankind, prosperity. And it's like a chain reaction. It's like a nuclear chain reaction. And when it starts, it never stops. Okay, and when the momentum starts, it's just self-sustaining and it keeps going on and on and on. So it's not only affecting my well-being and those that are really close to me, but it's actually affecting the world over, because it has now become one of my biggest whys to become a role model. Whatever that looks like, I want to represent the idea that you can come from wherever you're coming from, where you can be, do, and have a happier existence. So when the online prosperity blueprint is harnessed by, a business, 6 pillars arise to actually support it. Okay. And this has been felt by every person that I've worked with. First of all, your marketing increases, and it starts creating consistent, predictable flow of qualified leads for your business without you personally needing to hustle and generate them. You become leveraged, and half of it is fully automated. And these leads that are coming through are quality leads, and that is the first thing that we actually make sure, because when we are working with you, we want to make sure you get the right kind of people with the right kind of pain that absolutely adore, know, and like, and also trust whatever message you have. And once you've got the right target audience and you're identifying your target market, your sales become much easier and much easier to successfully close. Because with the online prosperity blueprint, it really helps to cement your positioning in the marketplace, and it bestows significant authority to your brand in the eyes of your potential clients. Like, look at this podcast and the quality of information that you're receiving. I think it's now on a daily basis. So like I said earlier on, you do not need to sacrifice your income to do what you love. You can absolutely have both. And if you accept the invitation that I have for you to book a free consultation with me, you will notice that even just talking to me on the day, your business will be profitable and enjoyable right from the get-go. And once you have the target audience, your product offerings become integrated and aligned in the way that allows you to actually continue serving clients for longer periods of time and higher levels of value. You no longer are just a one-click wonder where people come in through a lead magnet, or they download an ebook and then that's it, or it's grand opening, grand closing. You now start, elongating the client's journey with you, and people will literally tell you what they want next. And once you know and have clarified your message, guess what? You can just jump on and go and create that for them. Just like this podcast arose as a means to an end. People were saying, you know what, we love your content, but half of the time your videos are either too long and we don't have time to sit and engage. Why don't you do a podcast where we can listen to while we're driving to work or doing whatever you're doing right now? This has been a project that I've been, contemplating on, but since I already have a message through the online prosperity blueprint, it's only just really reiterating, how much value we will be giving to people so that you can explode your business with qualified high ticket leads in under 90 days, even if nobody has ever heard of you. And when you follow the online prosperity blueprint, your operations become smoother, more efficient, and your business becomes more able to successfully run by itself. I know we all know that a business is a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you. A lot of us are tied down in our businesses and we're not able to live a life of freedom. I know you deserve a life of freedom. And I want you to repeat these words right now, just so that it sinks into your, into your subconscious. I deserve a life of freedom. Say that. I can't hear you. Say it again. I deserve a life of freedom. Fantastic. And I promise you, if you keep following our stuff, or if you go in and book a consultation with me, I will deliver on my promise. I viscerally want you to stop earning peanuts, to go from 200K to a 2 million valuation. And I guarantee you can do that in 2 years if you follow the steps that are outlined in the online prosperity blueprint. Okay. And speaking of that, your finances become more predictable. And you can actually allow you to start planning in advance, whatever investment decisions that you might have, instead of always having to make financial decisions based on the realities of your bank account. You actually don't even need to rely on that because you've got predictable income. You start putting your money in investments that pay you dividends. I can't stress how liberating it is to know that whatever work you're going to be doing, you're just adding onto your existing platform instead of you trying to get customers each and every day that you're up working. All right. And you know what that does to your mindset? It becomes your greatest asset. Your ability to maintain composure and to make effective decisions during stressful times and high pressure situations. It actually gives you the success that you absolutely need, because a lot of us are failing in business because we do not have clarity. We do not have clarity in the way that we're actually going to be getting results for our business. So the online prosperity blueprint gives you that. And my hope is to have you make meaningful contribution to the happiness and success that you want to experience in your entrepreneurial journey. Now, without further ado, you might think that those were the steps that I was telling you, but I was just really telling you how amazing the online prosperity blueprint is. And one thing that I also know viscerally from the bottom of my heart is I know and I understand that starting a business comes with many challenges, from funding to hiring to product development to marketing to making successfully, integrated campaigns and for you to actually grow, let alone surviving, especially through these hard times that we've been going through. And I know it's extremely difficult, but it's not impossible. My company, Live Long Digital, is one of the fastest growing digital agencies in Australia. And we're currently valued at more than 2 million. All right. I'm just looking at based on what I've created within the business and what I'm actually able to produce throughout the whole year. And like any other success stories, this didn't come without any challenges in and of itself. There's certain roadblocks and obstacles that I had to overcome. I come from Africa where literally we had no hope. We had no, role models. And I took myself off of that comfort zone and I brought myself to Australia where I knew no one, learning along the way. And I know many successful coaches, consultants, and business owners, they just sort of appear to cruise along without any bumps. But appearances can be deceiving. I want to give you 5 lessons that I learned firsthand while I was growing my business, either through my own experience or how I saw other people running their business. Because I have a unique advantage when I start working with people because I can see what's happening behind the scenes, which other people cannot see. So one thing that I noticed is a lot of people don't quite have a product. They actually are not solving any problems out there. Because when you learn to solve problems, you become invaluable. Every one of our customers out there is seeking to get away from whatever pain they're going through right now. People are seeking to belong. People are seeking connection. People are seeking peace of mind and status. What is it that you are doing within your business that is affording your customers the things that I've just mentioned? What are you actually doing and how are you serving people in order for them to go from where they are to where they want to be? A business, whether you're a startup or ASX listed company, of which we've got clients that are in that realm, is going to run into problems that require immediate attention. The sooner you learn to solve problems, the sooner and the smoother your journey would be throughout the years. And when you solve those problems, guess what? You can now teach other people how to not go through what you just went through. Because the only reason of our existence is to help others be, do, and have a happier existence. And if you look at what you're embarrassed with right now or what you're struggling with right now, you can literally write books and content that will help other people. And eventually now you've created a product that other people will be seeking you out for. So what are some of the potential problems that you're going through in your business right now? And I know as a coach or as a consultant and as a small business owner, one of them is obscurity. You must identify possible issues before they arise, and then you want to put a system around or a system in place to address them in the event that they occur, and they will occur. So once you can solve these problems, guess what now happens? You now have a business that's profitable and you absolutely enjoy working in it. So, problems that might arise within a business as it grows is maybe customers and, product distribution, all of those things, because sometimes when people engage with our businesses, they might not be the best customers, and that's not wrong. But some preventative measures that you might take is to create a seamless customer service channel and institute a procedure for direct to customer contact. Don't have your customers contact you or reach out to you before, or while they have a problem, because sometimes they might not reach out to you. They might actually just take you to the internet and write a review that you're not liking. So make sure you have open communication for both customers and your employees, and it's very important to eliminate potential problems even before they occur. All right. So you might be saying, how do I get money to, hire customer service people or things of that nature? You want to be bootstrapping, and it's worth the early struggle of you bootstrapping, because now you know exactly what is needed for you to be able to grow your company. You see, when I started my agency, we were using bootstrapped marketing and growth strategy. And to this day, we've never taken any, investment from anyone. While some coaches and consultants are drawn to the glamour of, we got funded or we got bought out, it's not always the best option, because you're giving away your business to other people. Now, do you want to give up large percentages of your business and potentially be further diluted when it comes to another round of funding, and then another, and then another? That's not something that I've always been open to entertaining, because I've built this from the ground up, So find out how you can actually bootstrap your way. And as a founder, if you haven't really reached the $2 million valuation, or as a consultant, keep involving yourself in the business, because you want to make sure that you're learning as you go. Because once you get past this threshold, it will be so difficult for you to keep tabs on what's actually happening within the company if you haven't immersed yourself right from the get-go. So there are far too many business owners, coaches or consultants, that work for years, only without them actually checking what has been happening in their business. And as a business owner, you have to be making a lot of sacrifices and decisions. How are you going to make decisions that are worth making if you don't quite know what needs to be done within the business? So your early days and your early foundational days, bootstrap your way, and it will force you to build a great product and a great service, because you know what your customers need. You've been through the sales calls, and you're seeing your company growing without outside revenue or input, and you learn a lot more about your customers and what they want by allowing them to get access to you, and you actually create the best product or service, and half of the time, some leaders or business owners, they want to leave that to a lowly paid team member. That person is only just going to sit there just because it's their job, and they're not going to do it to the fullest way that you would have possibly done it yourself. One thing that I would want to just leave with you is perfection doesn't exist. Entrepreneurs are a funny breed. They're always demanding the best, the best, the best. I'm not excluding myself in this whole thing, but the truth is, your product or your service will never be perfect, and you should never assume it is. But to keep your customers happy, you should always be striving for improvement. Now, that's a realistic, approach. This mentality also forces you to constantly look for ways to enhance your offer, and it leads to innovation. And, you start having a product or a service that actually improves the quality of the lives of the people that you're going to be working with. Take a look at at Apple, for example. They're widely successful at the moment, and they dominate every market that they enter. but you don't see them satisfied and lying idle. They're always updating their operating systems, always updating the look and feel of their products, acquiring, like how they acquired Beats by Dre so that they could have wireless headphones, etc., etc. They're constantly improving on their product lines, and they're always introducing innovative features that disrupt every industry that they enter into. The reason why this is important is so that when people are working with you or deciding to go, with your services and your offers, you're constantly moving them ahead and improving the quality of their life. Because at the end of the day, I kid you not, you are going to be helping other people be, do, and have a happier existence. And I'm really excited to contribute to you succeeding in an entirely new life. And I'm excited to have the potential to have, you getting prosperous and you having a business that is profitable and enjoyable and going out there and doing something truly great and important and valuable for yourself and others and the world as a whole. Because what you're going to be doing and the work that you're going to be touching is not just going to be, profiting you. You're going to be enhancing the people that are working with you, your team members, your family, everyone that knows you, because you are the average of 5 people that you surround yourself with. And you are one of the 5 that somebody's counting on to pave the way. Okay? I truly, and viscerally believe that we are all entrepreneurs, and it's embedded in our blood. And most of the time, struggle and hustle is all paralleled with entrepreneurship and us trying to build a business that's profitable and enjoyable. And it's all for good reason. I simply hope that you listening to our content, reading our books, and what you've been able to learn from me and what you're going to be able to learn in the future, that it can be absolutely easy for you to live a life of freedom. Through the power of information, action, and mentorship, and even the coaching or consulting that you're doing, I want you to hold yourself accountable. And that I want you to turn any difficult situation that might come your way into possibility for the rest of your life. And now it's your chance to take it. Are you ready to dive into more? Because I know this is only just the beginning. You do not need to sacrifice your income to do what you love. You can absolutely have both. Allow me to walk you through my simple step-by-step plan of the online prosperity blueprint and show you exactly how easy it can be. Now, the document or the blog that came with this podcast has a link for you to either download our proven 10-step process for you to flood your service business with qualified leads in the next 90 days. I really want you to be successful. And if you're looking for a no-nonsense approach to get more leads online, subscribe to this podcast so that you too can actually follow through and get the system to a thriving, profitable, and widely successful business, either online or in person. I really want you to succeed. And thank you so much for tuning in today.
Thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, let's continue the conversation in the Live Long Digital community. Become a Live Long Digital community member today. This community is for ambitious entrepreneurs and small business owners with the drive to take control of the future of their businesses and achieve huge success without stress and overwhelm. As you heard, Prosper can help you by teaching you marketing strategies that work. So look no further than the Live Long Digital community of entrepreneurs and highly successful business owners. Join our community today. Find us on www.community.livelongdigital.com.au. Network with other driven entrepreneurs and find the expert guidance you need to take your business to the next level. www.community.livelongdigital.com.au